Has the baby ever slid in your DMs?
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Ashley.
Hey.
No, look, she was telling me how she likes older guys.
Oh, dang.
And
You got
then-
yourself a grandfather right here, baby.
And then I was like, my boy Mike, and she said that you funny on the podcast, So
Oh, thank you.
I was just connecting, like, if y'all want to say, you know what I'm saying? So,
Ash, where are you?
I'm in Hawaii right now.
Oh, just right across the ocean there. That makes things pretty
Right,
difficult.
one direct flight, not too far.
Where in what island you on? All right, so right off the bat, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. As you know, I approach this kind of like in an interview or sales format. Later on you'll see me put my hands in a more sales focused format. I think it's important that you guys understand one thing that girls really love is they love to know that you care. They love to know that you're paying attention and that you want to know about them. Okay, this is really tough for me because I'm
on Oahu.
am an egotistical psychopath, and so like really, I'd love to talk about myself when possible. I'm working on it, as you can tell, guys. I'm working on it. Oh,
I'm in Honolulu right now.
How's the weather over there?
It's beautiful.
You just hang
Yeah,
out.
I mean, sometimes it rains, but it's not that bad. It's like passing. It's like 20 minutes of rain and then sun.
See this right here? I picked up on something. Right? Wait,
Yeah.
can you say it's not that bad one more time?
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. You're from New York. Are you from Staten Island or Long Island?
Shut up.
guys are
All my
from
family's
state.
from
I'm
Staten
gonna let you guys, bros, you gotta get out of here. You guys are fucking. Wait, hold on a second. Let me talk to you for a second. I didn't know you're from I didn't know you're from Staten Island. Let me talk to you for a second.
I have family in Richmond Town.
Oh my god, dude, that's amazing. What do you do for a living? What do you do for a living? Solid. Listen, here's the deal. This is applicable across all interactions with women or anyone, guys. Anyone, any kind of sales setting, any kind of situation where you're trying to win the affection or whatever of somebody else. Look at it like a chess game. The first move needs to be getting them to laugh. You need to break that ice. Staten Island, you got to get them to laugh first. Then you can start to build that rapport thereafter.
So right now I'm a student. I'm finishing my last semester at the University of Delaware. It's like virtual, so that's why I'm in Hawaii.
Right.
And then I'm planning on going to law school.
Who's covering the Hawaii trip? Is it you got a sponsor out there? Or? Now, okay, always have some funny jokes or talking points that you can go to tucked away on the side of your head. If a girl's talking about exotic places, she's talking about Hawaii, she's talking about traveling, it's funny to bring up sponsors, it's funny to bring up flyouts, it's funny to bring up that kind of stuff. Every girl that's in their 20s to 30s range right now is laughing about that kind of stuff, thinks it's funny. Same thing with like OnlyFans, like that kind of stuff. Those conversations are just easy to go to. They're funny, they're reachable, achievable, and they're just easy topics. Rice gum paying or what?
No, Raycom's not paying. I'm actually paying. I sponsored this trip myself.
Wait, so you started to strip, you said?
No.
All right, classic. Pick a word, spin it around, okay? In the next night shift episode that comes out on Wednesday, the girl that I flew out, Danny Torres, is going to be on the episode. Finally, we met up. She said that she comes out here to do shootings. Okay, obviously she meant to shoot for like magazines and shit like that. She told me she did shootings. I said, you do shootings? Like I turned it into a thing like you were involved in a shooting. You know what I'm saying? Like just twist shit up, make it laugh, make it funny. Do you know who Aiden Ross is? Always big up your homies as much as possible, and please don't fucking tell me that I once talked shit about my friend. I don't fucking care. All right, I big up my fucking homies. Stuff. How old are you? Like 22, 21?
I'm 21.
Got it. So actually, that was actually a little bit of a dropped ball. Because technically you should always make sure you guess under their age. That's very important. For some reason I really was thinking 22, 23 for this girl. If you overshoot even by a year, you're setting yourself up a little bit for failure. Make sure you always guess under, but not to a point where it's obvious that you're guessing under. I fucked that one up a little bit. All right. Do you have you ever thought about OnlyFans?
Yeah, well, I was telling you.
And honestly, like that question, like I said, this is a safe place for me. Maybe you like that question, maybe you don't. Some girls will take offense to it. I walked in, people were already talking about cannons, so I figured, I feel like she's probably open to the conversation, you know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know.
Right. It's something that I kind of want to get into. I made an account the other day just so I can like have my username and like, just have it, but I haven't promoted it anywhere or done anything with it yet. I had like this agency reach out to me.
Now it's super helpful if you're asking questions about topics that you very much understand and know, and obviously like the OnlyFans landscape is something I completely understand and know the background for. So like basically when you're talking to a girl, like lead her to the water that you know the most about. This is actually great advice. Lead her to the lake that you know how to navigate. So don't ask questions that will produce answers that you can't then build off of. Do you understand what I'm fucking saying to you right now? Like if don't be asking a question about fucking woodworking if you have no experience in that topic. You hear me? Oh, if you have good teeth, smile. Laugh a lot, positive energy. I know I talk about cracking the ice with a joke, but honestly, guys, girls literally want to have fun. They want to smile. They want to feel good. They want to forget about whatever dumb shit, whatever their fucking ex did to them. They don't want to fucking, like, even if you gotta fake that shit, bro, find that energy. Drink a fucking Red Bull or a fucking G Fuel or some shit and go and make them laugh, dude. Like, even if you can't make them laugh, just smile, dude. I'm telling you, a smile is the fastest way to a positive experience. I'm telling you, yo. So you like that? You watch the podcast?
Sometimes I do, yeah.
Wait, hold on. How did she? She didn't actually say I was good on the podcast.
No, I did. I watched the episode.
All right, so you guys will see this happen. This doesn't happen to me very often, but this is a problematic situation where you got poor intel. I got poor intel from Rice. He said she was a fan of the podcast. It is what it is. But what's going to happen is you're going to find yourselves in these situations from time to time where things get twisted up and the conversation gets somewhat awkward. I know everyone in the chat has had this happen to them before. This is 1,000% happened to you. It's 1,000% happened to me. And look at my face right there. Like, that's a good indicator of, like, where I'm at in the situation. Like, the situation has gotten fucked up. It's gotten awkward. And you need to figure a way fucking out.
Oh, no.
Has the baby ever slid in your DMs?
No, I've never had any, like, rappers slide in my DMs.
No. What about athletes?
Athletes, but not athletes that are big. Like, no one really, like...
This is a puzzle. What's happening in my brain right now and what should be happening in your brain is this is a puzzle, dude. This is you're connecting dots. Have any of you guys ever played Connect the Dots where you draw the thing to create a shape? Well, in this instance, you're drawing dots and connecting dots to make the shape of your penis going into a vagina, right? And so if you connect the dots properly, that's going to be what happens. And your brain needs to be working in that pattern at all times. Every question I ask, while she's answering it, and this is really, really fucking tough to do. While you're listening to her answer, this is huge advice, okay? It's huge advice. And by the way, like, I swear to you, you can ask anybody in this house, there's not a motherfucker in this house, and not really that many even in the space that have game like Old Man Mike, bro. Just you have to believe me on it. It's the reason I landed Lana. It's the reason why, just trust me, okay? Listen to me. When you are asking questions, when you are having a conversation with a girl or whoever, right? When you ask a question, you need to, 1, be listening to the response, and 2, be preparing your next question, okay? Now, the question needs to act as a backup, okay? The question needs to act as a backup in the instance that you cannot build a new question based on the info you get, okay? Do you understand what I'm saying? So if I ask her a question like, what's your favorite burger shit? What's your favorite burger spot, right? And she answered, and in my mind, I'm already thinking of what the next question's gonna be. What do you like from Shake Shack? If she answers Shake Shack or In-N-Out. But you need to keep open the idea that she's gonna deliver back a wild card answer that you then should go in that direction. So everything you say and every question you ask somebody, you need to be thinking that it could split off into 2 different directions when they give you that answer. Do you fucking understand what I'm saying to you right now? Somebody said, so be a socialite. What the fuck?
Like, kind of like medium-sized athletes.
Very tough. Medium-sized athletes, like, so,
yeah.
like, 6'1", like, in that range, like, 6.
Yeah.
What's your, you see that? Do you see how fast that question was ready? So, what you saw happen, this is really crazy advice, guys. What you just saw right here, I asked a question.
Athletes, but not athletes that are big. Like, no one really, like... Like, kind of like medium-sized athletes.
So I asked her if any athletes have been in her DMs. She gave me some bullshit answer about medium-sized athletes. Now I'm just repeating her answer back to buy myself time.
Athletes, like, so like 6'1", like in that range.
Dumb
like,
shit, dumb shit,
Yeah.
dumb shit. She agrees. What's your ready for the next fucking question? Keeping the chat engaging, keeping the conversation going.
What's your like go-to like height for men? Are you into like tall?
And somebody said a shallow conversation. I'll be honest with you, this is a relatively shallow conversation. This is a relatively relaxed conversation. This is the first time I've met the girl. I'm talking to her online. There's a lot of times you'll have conversations with girls that aren't as shallow even in the first time, but sometimes you need to crack the ice. Sometimes you need to ask them questions and learn about the person so that the next time you meet up, you can talk about more interesting shit.
Or guys or...
My name is Colby, and I'm a professional.
What the
MMA
fuck
fighter
is
for
this?
One
Oh, I got
Championship,
an ad from
And I want
Rice.
to tell you a little bit about why I love trifecta.
Shut the fuck up.
I feel like most girls are into taller guys, but honestly, I don't have a height like preference. And I realized that the other day. I was talking to my roommates, and they were like, "Oh, like I hope this guy is not going to be short," when they were like meeting in person, and that's never went through my head. I don't really pay attention to height, honestly, because I'm short, so guys are always taller than me.
Wait, how tall are you?
I'm about like 5'2", 5'3" on a good day.
So you're a shorty, huh?
Yeah, I'm very short.
Damn, I'm trying to think of what's your relationship status?
I've been single for about 2.5, 3 years.
How was that last relationship? Did you run into any kind of like trust issues? Anything that you like? Did he do you dirty? Like, do you have any qualms about getting into future relationships?
Well, honestly, we're like really good friends now. I dated him
qualms.
for about 4 years, and I called things off because I just felt like he was holding me back. I was like, I don't want to.
Shout out Juddy W. That's Judd
Go
with the
That's
gifted.
too long for me. I want to do my own thing. He was a little overprotective, but he was a great.
People saying calling her shorty was a grandpa joke. I've been using that word a lot lately. And you guys can say what you want. I like that word. I fuck with that word. I think it's a cool word. It's East Coast slang from the early 2000s. I'm trying to bring it back. And I've been using that term a lot. You don't fuck with it, that's fine. I say give it a shot because clearly whatever I'm doing is working. So like I say give it a shot.
Great boyfriend, honestly. We're still good friends. I don't have any bad beef with like any guy that I've ever dated.
He didn't know how to eat you out properly, did he?
What'd you say?
I feel like she would have stuck. He didn't know how to eat you out properly, correct?
Oh my god.
Now, see what happened there. This was sketchy because I said something. This happens sometimes. This is a scary situation, right? You say something that's a little bit over the line, and if they don't hear you the first time, you either have to abandon it or you have to say it again. So it's risky, and you're right. Someone in the chat said I hesitated too much, and it's very true. Somebody said it was a little out of pocket. It was a little out of pocket question. It worked in this circumstance, but you got to be careful with that kind of shit, especially if they don't hear you the first time, because you're gonna say it back, or you're gonna switch to something else.
I'll be honest. I hate.
But she obviously loved it and was ready to talk about it.
Say this in front of so many people on the stream, but the sex was awful. Like, so bad. It was like the worst sex ever.
Yeah.
And he knows it too. It was awful.
What was his problem? Was he...
Somebody said overstream is risky. Let's be honest. This is the shit people want to see. Honestly, the best thing the chat would have liked to see in this situation is her being like, yo, fuck you. Don't ever talk to me like that ever again. You guys would have loved that shit.
Was he small? Was he not packing? Or was he just... okay,
No.
hear me out.
It wasn't even that.
Yep.
He came so quick. Like, the sex was very fast. So I felt like I never had a chance to finish myself. So... Yeah, it just wasn't enjoyable.
That leads me into a good point right now. I think there's a lot of young men in the chat right now, rightfully so. Shout out to all the boys out there on the RGS stream. These are the homies. Boys, let me give you a quick word of advice from someone who's been...
Somebody said you can't say that in real life. You 100% can. Listen, it's all about reading a room. I know exactly how what I'm going to say is going to land. I know whether I have the rapport, whether I have the connection with the person to say something raunchy, risky, or not. I just know. And in all honesty, like I knew in this situation that it was going to be fine. So you have to read the room, and you need to know whether or not you're going to be able to say what you think you're going to say to a person. Yeah.
Sexual game since before you were born, and probably since dinosaurs were still walking the earth. Try to get your girl to come before you even penetrate. Hear me again. Try to get your girl to come before you even penetrate. I don't know if it's fingers, it could be mouth, it could be a vibrator. Most girls thoroughly enjoy what's called the Hitachi Magic Wand. It is a very, very good vibrator. If you learn how to use the tools you've been given other than your penis, it creates a more fun environment when penetration actually starts. So if you can get the girl to come before you even have sex, you're in great shape. Now, that's easier said than done, but you don't want to be in a situation where 2 years or 3 years after a breakup, the girl is telling A-list influencers that you have no idea what the fuck you're doing in the bedroom. Great.
Yeah, I would absolutely love to do that.
Yeah, you should definitely get out here. Do you have a squad of equally beautiful women that you roll around with?
No. She said this. She said that she's not too much of a thotty, but her friends are thotty.
I'm sorry. I don't know if I gave you the wrong impression. I've been celibate for the entire time. And so I was involved in a relationship with a ex-adult film actress. You would, not big in that space or anything.
What do you guys think about the celibacy?
For some time, and formed quite a bit of a sexual dependency to that WAP, right? And so now I've just been completely holding off. Sex is not really my go-to anymore. I enjoy reading. We have a lake in the back here. I will sometimes row the boat around. Nice. Sometimes shoot hoops, although I do have a bit of a bum ankle. But just writing, journaling. But to be completely honest with you, sex is probably the last thing on my mind these days.
Yeah. I completely agree. I'm waiting for the next time I have sex with someone. I want it to be someone that I actually care about. I don't like to have sex, just have sex.
Same. Completely on the same metaphorical
rice in the background.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's been great talking to you. Really look forward to continue to talk through the relationship and how we can maybe add value to each other's lives. I'm really interested in things like string theory, parallel universes, super intelligence, any of that kind of stuff, and just anything obviously other than sexual intercourse or anything of that nature.
Wait, that's so funny because I was actually having a conversation with my friend the other day about alien sightings because I think aliens are real, and I love those conversations. So I would absolutely love to take you up on that.
Amazing. So hope to.
Yo, should I try to run that celibacy line at the Vixen party tonight? On every chick, bro. That's so funny.
See you soon. Keep enjoying, not fucking, and I'll be doing the same thing. And I'll see you soon. I'm gonna go get back to. I think I'm gonna study some more about just metaphorical and even metaphysical universes and stuff like that.
Okay, sounds like fun. Thank you guys for having me.
All right. Well, I think Rice may continue, but like I said, good seeing you and talk to you soon.
Yes, definitely talk to you soon.
All right, I'll see you in the DMs.
Okay.
All right, yo, listen, I hope y'all took some advice from that. Honestly, there's a lot to be learned from these conversations. I pride myself on being a pretty solid conversator and rapport builder. So there's a lot to learn. We'll keep talking about it. A lot of this shit's for content, guys. I may never talk who the fuck knows, dude. I'm not thirsty out here trying to fuck with all these chicks.